Really good.
C&G is back! What up?
Hey! Wow.
We missed you guys.
We did miss
But more
you.
importantly, we missed each other.
A lot. A lot. I've been missing this. I've been craving. I've been.
How
on
long have
Sabbath.
you been begging me to do another movie review?
Jesus. Forever.
Yeah, a long time.
So, but I'm glad you're accepting the responsibility.
You know what? This movie
What movie are we talking
made
about?
me Jurassic World!
Rebirth.
Okay, this movie inspired us to get back into our movie critic role.
I think so. Okay, so let's just jump right into it.
Yeah,
okay,
let's jump right in.
So, how? Oh, I forgot what we were doing before. Like, is it a go or a no? Okay, so on three, is it a go?
See or don't
no
see?
see?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Hell no!
Jesus. Oh wow. So we are on the same page.
Yeah, we're on the same
Okay.
page this time.
So for people who don't know, we don't discuss about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
We do the recording and then we kind of almost try to surprise ourselves.
Yeah.
But this one, we were disappointed.
So disappointed. Do you remember the last time we saw the Jurassic World movie together?
She was crying.
I was crying like a baby.
Oh my gosh. I wish I recorded that. I was just hearing guys.
I do not
And
sound
then-
like that when I cry.
Well, I like to exaggerate. A little, no, I wasn't exaggerating. You can ask her husband. And I'm like, what is this sound? We're in the theater. It's like very like. The last thing I wanted to expect is to see her, but she was like tearing up and trying to clean herself, like.
For those of you that don't remember, it was the scene when they were leaving all the animals
on the island, and
yeah.
the island was falling apart.
Yeah.
And she was wiping down.
I mean, that was a traumatic moment. But the
Yeah.
point is, that Jurassic World movie made me feel something.
Right. What about this one?
You
Made
know,
you feel anger, disappointment.
This one made me feel nothing. Yeah, you're right. If anything, anger and disappointment were the only emotions we had, sadly.
I feel like we keep like looking at each other for the wrong reasons almost. Like I'm like looking
You're like,
at her
did
like,
that just happen? Like, what's
like,
going on?
And then there was a moment like when we talk about the movies, we try not to give none of like
No spoilers.
like spoilers. But a lot of times we're like, that didn't just happen.
Yeah.
Right?
We're
Like I was like,
Just-
very disappointed. Very like. Usually we are on the opposite side of the spectrum, and we have like when we're on the same page, we like kind of dive right in, and I feel this is one of those things.
Yeah.
So tell me about. Let's create a structure. Like let's talk about the casts.
Sure.
And then let's talk about the storyline, some visual aspects, and then the closure on like,
Perfect. Well, I'll tell you this. I'm a fan of Scarlett Johansson. I love her. I was looking forward to seeing her in this movie. I mean, I was also hoping they were going to bring back some of the old actors from the previous Jurassic World or even Jurassic Park movies, and they didn't. It was all new characters.
Okay.
So they tried to bring in some cool actors, so got me excited. And I mean, again, I love Scarlett and no shame to anyone in the movie, but I wasn't impressed with the acting.
No, she didn't perform this time.
Not even just her, just in general.
I would say
no one stood out to me with like some really killer moments. But it also had to do with the scripts. Like I can't even put it on the actors because it's not to take away from their acting abilities, which they do have. It's just the script didn't bring out the best in them.
Yeah, I think the script was not the best. And you're right. Like you have so much you can do with the script. Having said that, all those people are like a top-notch actors. You gotta do the best with what you got. And I think two people who I was remotely impressed were the guy that actually do archaeology, like the digging, like the professor. I think he was like he did a great job, and I feel like he's kind of fitting the bill.
You're talking about Jonathan Bailey, yes?
Yes, yes, Jonathan Bailey. And then also the boyfriend of the lost father with the girl. He has like a nice joking scene. Like
Yeah,
I think
I didn't
he
know him. I think he
performed
might
the
be
David.
new.
His
Fairly
name
new in
is
acting role.
David
David Lacano. Yeah.
He impressed. Like he had this, and they give him like this like quirky role, and he kind of played well within the boundaries of the movie, which I'm starting to kind of get to like a little bit. In the beginning, I was not a fan of like funny scenes in like a very like important moments, but like now I'm kind of starting to like kind of go with it, and I think he kind of brought that for me.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, I just I was just disappointed. And again, that script was just like I even in my mind while I was watching it, I kept coming up with ways that they could have went in a different direction that would have made it so much more interesting.
Yeah.
You know, like there was a lot of missed opportunity, and it almost made me think like when people were watching or reading these scripts, like why didn't anyone speak up? You know, why didn't anyone speak up and make some executive decisions to pivot?
Yeah, I think they were trying to go like family, like they were trying to develop this storyline. That's kind of how I was seeing a lot of wasted like minutes into just like chit-chatting and trying to go back and forward, which they were trying to develop. And there was so little scene of Jurassic World itself and the action.
There wasn't enough action scenes.
And there was there was a lot of repetitive dinosaurs into the scene. Not like they created like a new line of them, but they were not like, there were like just a few. If you think about,
there wasn't enough. They didn't show enough dinosaurs. The one kind of interesting one they showed, it wasn't enough. Just gosh, it was lacking in so many different areas. Overall, the whole projects need to work on all levels.
Yeah, on all levels. And I just feel like it was a wasted opportunity.
Because I'm a huge fan of all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies. The first one came out in 1993, and it was like, this has been a huge franchise. And to leave it on this note is just so disappointing to the fans.
It is.
And as a fan myself, like I left there feeling disappointed, kind of like I wasted my time. And you know me, there's no bigger pet peeve in my life than wasting my time. And that's how I felt after I left this film.
No, it's definitely, guys, a no. I think we can discuss about like some of the comments that people, the Rotten Tomato has,
yes, I want to ask you what your Rotten Tomatoes score would be before we pull up what the actual scores
I will give I'm giving my G score, my score. 1 to 10. That's kind of like how we used to.
No, out of 100.
Out of 100.
Yeah,
I will give 23, 25 tops. The script had to be worked on. The acting was, as you said, done the best of the ability of the script.
Yeah.
The storyline was just so dragged in so many different directions without any real agenda. Even though there is an agenda, it was so missed in so many ways.
And there were things that didn't make sense.
Yeah, they were just putting things. Things.
Like they'd show something and then didn't really explain how that even happens. Like,
correct.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and there was not even one scene that the dinosaur were fighting with a dinosaur. That's like literally not even a one scene. Everything was like a dinosaur.
But you don't want to give away spoilers.
Well, scratch that thing.
Well, at least you said what didn't happen. So at least you didn't say what did happen.
What did happen.
But
overall,
I missed Blue. The Raptor Blue. Like they should have brought something back from one of the previous
script
movies
for
to connect
No,
it.
but the script was really you're right. I think when the house doesn't has a good base, the whole structure is gonna fall apart, and that's really what happened. Yeah. But how about you? Tell me, what was your score before?
I would have given it like a 12, and I know we're running out of time, so I do feel it's really important to share these numbers. I just pulled up the actual Rotten Tomatoes numbers, and as of today, it has a 51%
tomato meter.
is that the critic score and then the popcorn
guess.
meter? I believe that's the critic score, and then the audience score is 72%. So obviously,
Oh my gosh,
diehard fans
10,000
are
plus.
still giving it a high score. I do not understand that. The
No.
critics gave it 51. Again, very generous
I
for a
think
critic
people
score.
are just.
I'm shocked seeing these
I feel.
numbers.
I feel with C&G, like we are not. You know, you can. I feel like you can buy those critics